Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. This is Midnight Moon Tarot and I'm Diana. This reading is for the astrological sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or anywhere in your birth chart that Cancer might appear. Also, if you're new to my channel, I'd like to take just a second and invite you to subscribe and click that little bell so that you're sure to be notified whenever I upload new content. Also, in the description box below, you'll find links to my Patreon, my PayPal, and links to some really cool things on Amazon. I think you guys will like. Okay, so this reading is for October 7th through the 14th of October 2020. Keeping in mind that all tarot readings are timeless, so whether you come across this reading right after I upload, a week, month, or even a year from now, if you feel drawn to watch it, most likely you'll find a message for you within the reading. And if you feel like it doesn't completely resonate with you, just keep the parts that do, disregard the rest, and if you know your other planetary placements, then you can listen to those signs as well for additional messages. Okay, so let's go ahead and calibrate these cards to the astrological sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And ask our angels, guides, and ancestors for any love messages for Cancer for the week of October 7th through the 14th, 2020. Spirit, what love messages do you have for Cancer for October 7th through the 14th, 2020? Spirit, what love messages do you have for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week of October 7th through the 14th, 2020? And I'm going to shuffle one more time. All right, now I'm going to divide these into 3 stacks. All right, the card on the bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles is your overall energy for this reading. Now, as we go through this spread, I'm going to show you how this Five of Pentacles is going to relate to the other cards that come up in your reading. And the Five of Pentacles is about that feeling of not belonging, of being separated, of being lost and broken without someone, okay? It's that feeling of homelessness, even though you may not actually physically be homeless, you just feel like you don't belong anywhere kind of feeling. Maybe you're in separation from someone. Okay, now for those of you who are new here, I do 4 rows, and the first row pertains to you and whatever it is that you've been dealing with in the recent past, what's currently going on with you, and things that are coming towards you. The second column has to do with your twin flame, your soulmate, karmic partner, divine counterpart, somebody you just met. This could be, like I said, a karmic partner, might be somebody you just met, but generally, regardless of what your relationship status is, it is the person that is on your mind the most, the one you're thinking about when you wake up in the morning, and that last person you think about when you wake up at night. Now, the third column is about those obstacles and challenges, our inner fears and anxieties that keep us from moving forward, the ones that kind of are like phobias that keep us from taking that step, from taking that leap of faith, from, you know, and a lot of times it's like just the fear of what might have happened in your past that you are bringing into your current relationships. And that last column is probable outcome. And I say probable because tarot is more about the energies. It's not fortune telling or prophecy. It's informing you of the energies that are coming your way. So if you aren't really pleased with a particular outcome, knowing what energies are going to be around you at that time, you can take steps to avoid that, okay, and counter it. All right, it's not ever anything that's, you know, completely written in stone. Now, for you, we have 2 very beautiful, lovely cards here. So in the past, you may have been dealing with someone who you felt was your absolute soulmate, the one that you thought was going to be the person that you were going to spend the rest of your life forever with and have this beautiful, you know, mutual goals that the two of you would have and share the future. This is a person that you felt that really deep connection with. This could be somebody that you've crossed paths with. This could be someone that was, you know, somebody that you kind of knew that was like a friend of a friend of a friend or something, and then having had that little glimpse of them, all of a sudden they're in your life. Now, soulmate is completely different than a twin flame, and the twin flame is the one that you move on to become counterparts with, divine counterparts with. A soulmate is more or less somebody that comes in between these twin flame relationships. You can spend the rest of your life in a twin flame, in a soulmate situation. You don't have to move on to that twin flame situation. A lot of people, it's just too traumatic living in the twin flame. There's just too much. It's just too much for them, especially when one person or the other is broken, okay, because of circumstances that are beyond their control. That might have happened to them as a kid, or different situations that came up that keep them from being that person. And until they heal, you really can't elevate to that level. So that leaves you with the proposition of being alone, or maybe finding a soulmate. And we do tend to have many different soulmates in our life, but that soulmate person is the one that heals you. This is the one that is there for you, to take care of you and look out for you and provide for you emotionally, spiritually, sometimes, physically provide for you as well. But anyway, this person has been very, very significant in your life. They're not, this is dealing in the past. So this is someone from your past that had that soulmate connection with you, okay? Now, when we get to your partner's column, we have Justice as well as the Ace of Wands. So we see that, we're dealing with either a situation where you had to make a very final decision, one that took a lot of strength and courage from you. And at the same time, it could be you're dealing with someone that's having issues with the legal justice system, or you could be, dealing with that yourself at this moment. But either way, it's causing a little bit of conflict in your life. It's causing you to feel wishy-washy about, being committed to a person who may or may not be there for you. Okay. All right. Now, when we get to the obstacles and challenges, we have that King of Swords as well as the Six of Pentacles. And so this person is leaving you feeling as if you were the one doing all the giving and giving and giving towards this relationship, and that you're not really receiving anything back. Now, when you are the one giving, this is the giver, these are the beggars that are down here. Not necessarily calling your partner a beggar, but this is just the objective thing that we're seeing here. So when you are giving and giving and giving to a beggar, the reason they are begging is because they have nothing. They're in a complete deficit of emotions, money, whatever it is that they have to give you. They're not in a position to give back to you. Okay, so you can be altruistic and give to beggars and homeless people and things like that. But when it comes to a situation where your love and your life is involved, and you are the only one giving and giving and giving, after a while you start to feel maybe used, or especially if this person is just running around and acting ungrateful, or they have a lot of different things going on in their life, or they tend to be playing with other people in their life. This is about that, you have to make a decision. You have to decide whether this is what you want to continue to do, for however long a period of a time it might take until these people are out of that position that they can, or do you go ahead and draw those limits and those boundaries and let them know that you're going to be there for them, but you can't give to them anymore, that you have to provide and take care of yourself. You have to take care of your own needs, both spiritually, emotionally, physically. And if they can't have that sense of reciprocity, if they can't give back, then you have to eliminate them from your life. No matter how much you may love or care for this person, the King of Swords is telling us that we have to use our head over our heart when it comes to dealing with that person. So we have the Tower as well as the Sun in our probable outcome here. And of course, you know, things fall apart after a while when you have those type situations where you're not receiving what it is you need, when the other person just casually takes for granted that you're always going to be there, that they can do and be and act however they want, and you're just going to continue to be there. You know, cutting those cords and moving on, it does leave you with the choice of you know, starting over. Everything fell apart, and this leaves you with new beginnings. And you know, it's very dark in this picture, and now you have the sun coming out to illuminate your life and your path, and you have new growth and prosperity, luck. You have all types of new things that are coming your way once you do use that cord, that knife, and cut the sword, and cut those cords to enable you to move on from that situation. I really feel like this is a person you really have a very lot of soul ties with, someone that you are just feeling very connected to. And there can be a couple of reasons for that. And one is that it's a genuine connection, and the other is that they are not such a great person. And I don't want to use the word evil or anything, but something dark, something that doesn't have your best interest, something that wants to just take and take and take from you, as well as many other people that they deal with as well. So here you are, Empress, and this King of Cups. And with this King of Cups, this is telling me that you do know your place. You do have a lot to offer. You do have a great deal of love. You could very well be having another water sign coming into your life, or you could be having an air sign that comes into your life. In particular, a Libra could be coming into your life. This is enabling you to have that new beginning. When you look at these two cards here, I love them because they're different, yet they're very similar. You see the sunrise coming up here, and you see this beautiful red here. Here it is right here. And there, you know, you have the Empress that is, you know, she's representing sensuality and growth, perfection, fertility, not necessarily pregnancy or a baby, but fertility as in growth in your own life. And this is going to be able to provide you with that sense that you need to grow and move on, and to be able to offer this type of love to someone who is, you know, more worthy, that can give you back your needs as well. So when we have your partner's column, we have this Eight of Wands as well as the Moon. And the Moon is telling us about, you know, eclipses and how things are always in the dark. And then when that shadow moves off of the earth, when the earth shadow moves off of the moon and it's illuminated again, you're able to see all the things that were hiding in the dark. You were able to see all the things that were moving on. Once you're separated from this person, once that tower falls, once you move on from that situation, this is all going to happen really quickly and very suddenly. Maybe you'll meet somebody who knows a little bit of info about what might have been going on the other side. This person really had you hoodwinked. That's a weird word, but that's what my guides are telling me. That is a really strange word. I'll have to look it up later. But anyway, so this is a person that had you believing every bit of their you know, all the little hooks that they had, they would stick in you and reel you in. All right, so in your obstacles and challenges, of course, you're sitting there. You've been waiting for all your efforts to be rewarded, all of your ships to come in, so to speak, from this relationship, and you're just sitting there waiting. You don't see them approaching. You're still waiting. You're afraid that you could end up waiting forever and never achieve the goal of this beautiful Ace of Cups, which represents the joy that you would receive from this relationship, to the point that it overflows and spills into all areas of your life. Okay, this soulmate from your past, could be, and that's not who we're talking about here, who's doing all the dirty deeds here. That soulmate from your past could be someone that is reapproaching you. This could be someone that you had a very strong connection with from your past that could be approaching you again. So while you are waiting on this other person to, snap out of it or step up to the plate, you may have someone from your past that comes to you again and offers you that. All right. We have the Nine of Swords as well as the Two of Swords. And again, we're talking about the new moon in Libra. We're talking about that peace. We're talking about calling a truce, cut your losses, so to speak, using that head over your heart scenario in order to make the decisions, because this is something that's been hurting you for a long time, years even. Maybe not years, but it feels like years if it hasn't been years. But it worries you, it keeps you up at night. You feel you're feeling this. You're feeling this right here. You feel disconnected from this person. And when they have time for you, they tend to make you feel like everything's beautiful and good again. And then then they're out of your life again. There's somebody that's like, on and off, in and out of your life, leaving you hanging on to the possibility that things would work out in the future. So you do have that Knight of Cups approaching, as well as the Nine of Wands. And you have the Two of Wands as well as the Queen of Cups in your partner's column. In your obstacles and challenges, you have the Ten of Pentacles as well as the Three of Cups. And in your outcome, you have Lovers as well as the Death card. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of like out with the old, in with the older. Okay, so yeah, so this person from your past, this soulmate, this King of Cups person, this person who was a soulmate for a while and a part in your life, they are somebody that is coming back and they are offering you this Ten of Cups again. However, you're feeling kind of cautious and like, is this really what I need to do? Do I need to cut my losses and move on, reconcile with this person from my past and build a future? Is this relationship I have with this twin flame ever going to be viable? Or do I just settle in and be loved and be comfortable with someone who genuinely has your best interest at heart? So here is you in your partner's column as the Queen of Cups, able to look forward into the future and see the life that you could build with this person, okay? Now, when you come to your obstacles and challenges, you're still kind of like maybe looking back on, things that were going on with your twin flame. You're still, thinking that, you could have had it all with this person. But there was this element of they didn't take things seriously. They were maybe always having connections with a lot of different people that made you feel like perhaps there were other third-party situations. This was leading you to feel like you needed constant reassurance from this person, and it was like a really yucky feeling. Okay, now in your outcome, you have Death as well as the Lovers. So this is telling me that, regardless of whether the twin flame person is not going to work for whatever reason is going on, okay, you do have the offer of this new love that's coming in, and this one is, completely blessed, and you do have a lot of feelings coming from this soulmate person from your past that's entered. Now, just because you have the Death card here doesn't mean that it's permanently over, because there is resurrection after death, and that's always a possibility. But I would say I'm not telling you what to do. As long as I wouldn't stay in a situation where I'm uncertain or things are doubtful or unsure. Life is very short. It will inhibit you from your spiritual growth to remain in that. It could actually be a death of your evolvement, not a physical death, so don't think that I'm talking about that. But it is a time where you need to lay that past relationship with your twin flame to rest for now. If they somehow miraculously decide to awaken and begin to evolve and come up to your level again, then you might could work things out. But you definitely have this love coming from a past soulmate that's going to be re-entering your life, and it looks very nice. Okay, peaceful, that's what I would say. It looks very peaceful. And this is someone that genuinely loves you and cares about you and has your best interest, not someone who is selfish and constantly out for their own needs. Okay, Cancer. So that's your weekly update for October the 7th through the 14th. And I guess I will see you guys next week for your mid-month update. And I just want to tell you guys thank you so much for all of your comments, likes, shares, subscribes. I really, really appreciate that. And until then, I'll see you soon. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there. All right, bye-bye. I love you.